Good morning, my dear students. My name is Professor Sweta Singh from Department of Business Administration, Acropolis Group of Institute. So today, the topic that we are going to unfold is entrepreneurship. Now, there might be many questions in your mind whenever I am talking of the term entrepreneurship. Now, but before unfolding what is entrepreneurship, it is very important for you to know the term from which entrepreneurship comes from, and that is entrepreneur. Who is an entrepreneur? Talking in the very precise manner, an entrepreneur is a risk taker. How he is a risk taker is he takes the risk of creating something from a new idea, of organizing that idea, and then after the implementation of that particular idea, owning the business. Now, when you own the business, you own everything related to the business. May it be achievement, may it be blunders, may it be profits, or may it be the losses. Everything. When you own the business, when you are the entrepreneur, you are the one who have the capacity of taking the risk and owning all the things that are going to come your way. Now, there are basic few characteristics of an entrepreneur which makes an entrepreneur a successful entrepreneur. To name a few are persistent. An entrepreneur is always persistent towards working on his or her idea, is very creative, is very responsible, is always goal oriented, is never dependent on anybody or is independent, is always self-confident, and is a risk taker. Now, just these characteristics cannot make you a successful entrepreneur, but you need to have few skills as well. What are these skills? To be a successful entrepreneur, you need to have good communication skills. A good command over your language will always help you to interact with people in the best and most effective manner. To have good human relation skills. Now, HR skills are very important. Reason being, at the initial stage, we have seen a number of startups by a number of people who started with people who they just knew and had no association, especially regarding capital investment, but just talking terms. To have good relations will always help you to become a successful entrepreneur. Of course, math skills are very important. Qualitative is as important as quantitative. Problem solving and decision making skills are always ranked the topmost whenever we talk of an entrepreneur. Reason being that if you are not good with making out what is going wrong with your business or what is going very good with your business, then you'll never be able to make out what is to be worked more upon, what has to be kept persistent, or what are the things that has to be neglected. Now, you cannot just be good with your mental ability, but technical skills are as important. You cannot guide someone until you are guided yourself. And of course, basic business skills are very important. Now, talking of entrepreneurship and entrepreneur process. But how does this work? The basic concepts of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial process are quite similar but differs in very few things. Okay, whenever we talk of entrepreneurial process, it involves the investigation and development of the particular idea, okay, for which you require a deep study of that particular idea. You require all the amount of study material that you need to have, okay, and so on. For the entrepreneurship, you have to be focused, you have to have value creation, and you have to have effective communication. Now, as we were talking about entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs, what is the difference between them? To be very precise to the point, entrepreneur is an individual who takes the risk of starting a new startup, and entrepreneurship is the process of starting and running an own business. That is, an entrepreneur is a person who starts entrepreneurship. Okay, so an entrepreneur is an individual and entrepreneurship is a process. Now there are 5 steps in an entrepreneurial process: discovery, concept development, resourcing, actualization and harvesting. Now we are going to discuss all these 5 steps in detail. The very first is discovery. What is discovery? In the first stage, the entrepreneur generates idea, recognizes opportunity and studies the market. Now, first you have to find out what is your interest, what is the idea that you have, why do you want to work on this particular idea, and when you find out about these questions, then you start to study the market. For your information, that who is your competitor, if there is any competitor, then what are the negligence that they are facing, what are the opportunities that they are facing. I have been telling my students that an challenge for your competitor is an opportunity for you, and this works in all ways, especially for an entrepreneur. So as an entrepreneur, it is very important for you to first polish your idea, polish it in a way that it is crystal clear to you as to what you have to work upon. The entrepreneur can work upon their hobbies and skills. They can make it as a business. As we know, nowadays people are making resin art. Okay, that is completely a hobby, but now it is a business. An entrepreneur can also work on consumer needs and wants. They can do surveys and find out what are the needs of the people and find out what they are not getting and then provide it to them. And of course, demographic study always helps in as a secondary source of information. Now, once you have found out what you want to work upon, now you work upon what is the concept. Now you develop the concept. How you do it is, you first develop a business plan. Now to prepare a business plan, you first have a business idea. And a business plan is kind of a proposal in which you elaborate what is your business idea. What are the reasons that has led you to choose for this business idea? It is a proposal, it is a detailed proposal in which you write everything that led you to find out or choose that particular idea. What are the things that you are going to work on? What are the things that you are going to face as a challenge, and so on. Then you choose a particular location to work on that particular idea. Now say for example, I cannot go to a place where people are not very brand valued and ask for a Gucci. That is not possible, right? Why? Because there is no business location for Gucci there, right? So it is very important for you to have a good place regarding your business. Next is resourcing. Now what is resourcing? In this particular stage, the entrepreneur identifies and acquires the financial, human and capital resource needed for the venture startup. Now what happens in resourcing is, in the first step we saw that you discovered what is your idea. In the second step, you made a complete new business plan for that particular idea. Now you are aware of what are the things that are to be needed and you are preparing for the same. You will need financial resourcing, you will need human resourcing, and of course you will need capital resourcing. Plus included the infrastructure. Now you will have to find out who are the potential investors, who are the people who have been investing in ideas like yours for the last 5 to 6 years. Okay, it may be possible there are few people who are new investors. This is a completely new term. Who are new investors, that is people who have money but cannot have such good command over risk taking, so they invest in others' business and rather than starting their own business. You have to find out what are the loans, what are the grants, what are the financial assistance of your particular location provided to you. For example, there is DIC, there is MSME and so on that provide you with financial assistance for entrepreneur process. Okay, then you should be good with hiring people, which is only possible if you have good communication skills and good human resourcing skills. Next is actualization. Now this is one of the most important steps. The reason being is, in this particular step, the entrepreneur operates the business and utilizes the resources to achieve its goals. Now you have the business people with you, you have the investment, you have the capital, you have the infrastructure, you have also implemented your idea. Now what you are doing is you are working on that idea, and that is what actualization is. That is what practicality is. Okay. And the last is harvesting. Now in harvesting, the entrepreneur decides on ventures, future growth, development or demise. Now if there are any drawbacks, then of course we are going to work on those drawbacks. But if we are inculcating a number of laws, then of course we have to work on the demise of it, and so on. Now once all this is done, we start working on starting the business. Okay. Now to start a business, we start to understand the procedures and requirements for starting a business. Okay. Now it is not so that you have a business idea, you have made a proposal, you know how to start a venture and so you can start. It is not so. Okay. You first develop a business plan, then you acquire the finances, then you meet the legal requirements. For example, if you want to start with preparing something related to the food industry, you have to have the FSI, you have to have the food licensing. Until and unless you are not done with that, you cannot implement your product in the market. It is completely illegal. So before you start, you first develop a business plan, which is a complete detailed proposal as discussed earlier. Now what are the reasons of preparing a business plan is, first, because you want to obtain financial services. Second, you want to organize the complete data for yourself. And third, it provides you with a good starter proposal for anyone you are going to. Now, what are the components of a business plan? First, you provide yourself with an executive summary, that is in which you add all the description and the key points for the business plan. Second, you are going to provide information regarding your product or the service that you are going to give to the market. Third, you will give the management team plan, that is you will have the list of the people who are going to work for you or are partners with you, acknowledged by you. And that is, who are you, what are your qualifications, who are the people who are working with you, who are your partners, what are their qualifications, and so on. Further, you should include all the industry or market study that you have done, which we already discussed, that is it is impossible for anyone to start with a business without having the market study or analysis. Research and development is very important. Then you will move forwards towards the operational plan, that is how you are going to work or produce or deliver the particular product or service that you are talking about in the entire business plan. What are your organizational plans? Okay, that is what is the management philosophy, what are the management personnel, what are employee policies, and so on. Marketing plan, how you are going to market the product. If not, nowadays you have the option of digital marketing as well. So what are those, and what will be the investment that will be included in that? After that, what are the growth plans of the plan, what are the financial plans, and so on. I hope this video would have been helpful for you guys. Further, we are going to unfold the other components of business plan as well as entrepreneurship in the next videos. So see you soon. Thank you so much for watching.